Hey guys, welcome to the Daily Smash for Monday, January 30th, 2023. I'm Rick.
I'm Kelly.
Sorry for the late start. We had a weird, awful travel experience over the weekend, and we just got home late last night. How do you feel?
I feel well rested, I can tell you that. I was wondering why I was sluggish. I kept saying I'm tired.
All last week.
And turns out I wasn't taking my Synthroid, my medication. I was taking my Xanax instead.
Every morning you were taking the wrong pill.
I was taking the wrong pill every morning.
And it was the Xanax and not your Synthroid.
Right. And I never take Xanax, only to travel. So I put, I don't look at it. It's the same. It looks like the same jar, the same. And then when I open it, it's pink. The little Synthroid are pink. For
Yeah,
my
the pills
Hashimoto's.
look the same.
So I kept wondering, I'm like, why am I like sluggish? I'm not going to, I know this sounds gross, TMI, but I'm not going to the restroom regularly. I feel like I'm hungrier. I just felt.
And you were sleeping more.
I was sleeping more, and I never sleep. And I was exhausted. Like I had zero energy.
And I did say at one point, like maybe your thyroid is off.
Right. Rick's like, I think your thyroid might be off. And
no idea that you were taking.
I had no
Xanax
idea.
every day.
So I had it in this little thing, and I went to go take it this morning. And for whatever reason, I now just read, I went to take it. And I looked and it said Xanax because it's pink. It looks like the same pill exactly. And I had my Synthroid in another little pouch that I never even touched the whole entire 10 days.
I'm so sorry, honey. It's funny, but it's not funny. Like you're taking the wrong medication and you were drugging yourself when you didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to, but I kept saying, I'm off.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with me. I'm like, I'm tired. I don't know how people get addicted to Xanax. Like, I honestly don't know because I hate the way I feel on that.
You only take it when you fly. And it even says that on the prescription bottle.
Yeah, only when I fly I take it. But I'm just saying, I don't know how anybody would want to feel that way. It's horrible, horrible feeling.
I don't know what the clinical evaluation needs to be for you to have to be on that or need to be on it. But I thought it had something to do with depression or anxiety. But
yeah. I don't know. It's the same with like that oxycodone and cotton. I can't take that either. It gets me nauseous, gets me sick.
Well, I'm trying to wean myself off it. Not that I'm having a problem, but I just realized that, I need to, because it's been almost 3 weeks since my accident.
Yeah, you can't be taking that. You can form a habit after a month.
You can. I've been very good. I've taken it before many times when I've had injuries and broken bones and stuff, but I've never been addicted to it.
It doesn't, you can form an addiction.
Right. We're going to get to that Ultimate Girls Trip wild story in just a minute. I want to remind everyone, if you haven't subscribed yet here on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and, of course, the like button and the notification bell. And also, we still have a free trial going on for our Rick and Kelly show on Patreon.com. Many dozens of you have signed up for that, and we really appreciate it. And we have a very strong feeling that you're going to stick around because the show is really fun. It's much longer, uncensored, unfiltered, and commercial-free. It's on Patreon.com, The Rick and Kelly Show. You can try it for free. In our most recent episode, we break down that Pelosi tape, and I think you'll appreciate our recap of that.
I lost 1,000 followers talking about that Pelosi thing.
Anytime you get political, you lose followers, but you never gain followers, which I think it has to do with their algorithm or whatever.
It's the weirdest thing. It is the most bizarro of bizarro things.
We did have a great week.
It's the craziest thing.
We're going to get you back up there again. We did have a great week pitching my book in New York and Nashville on the Huckabee Show. Thank you guys for hosting us. And if you haven't gotten it yet, it is available on Amazon and also barnesandnoble.com. And there's an audio version. I can help put you to sleep at night.
Yeah, I love his voice.
All right, so I want you to break down this latest Bravo drama with the Ultimate Girls Trip.
Oh, do you want me to read it?
Well, I can read it if you want. I know you have some strong feelings about it.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second, because I don't want to be sniffing on camera. I'm going to edit this out. I did use the Flonase. Okay. Here's the story from Bravo Housewives on Instagram.
But I also I cannot say who told me, but someone told me about this, and I wasn't allowed to say anything, but Bravo Housewives got it. So now I don't have to say that someone told me.
They may have gotten it from the New York Post, because the New York Post also had a story on it.
Oh, okay, because I got the information.
This is about
before.
BRANDI GLANVILLE, and thank you for, you see, now you do protect sources.
Yes, I do.
This story is about BRANDI GLANVILLE being sent home early from the Ultimate Girls Trip, and Caroline Manzo calling it quits too. The two reality stars were filming in Marrakesh, Morocco last week for the second installment of the Peacock franchise's Ex-Wives Club format. Wait, second installment? I thought this was the third.
I think this is the fourth.
The fourth ultimate. Okay, that's a mistake. When, according to insiders, Glanville took things too far with Manzo during a party, kissing her multiple times throughout the evening without her consent. It was unwanted, a source says, and Caroline's distress over the matter did not seem to stop BRANDI. Things escalated, and physical boundaries allegedly were crossed that Caroline felt were serious and uncomfortable. Following the incident, a decision was made by production to report what happened to higher-ups. Filming continued that night and into the next morning when Glanville, a second source notes, was made aware of Manzo's feelings and apologized via text message. Still, a decision was made that afternoon, unbeknownst to Manzo, to remove Glanville from the trip early. BRANDI's behavior was inappropriate, a third source says, so she was asked to leave. Later that night, Manzo decided she didn't want to film anymore and chose to exit the show on her own. She needed to process this outside of the reality TV environment, the first insider says. And that's basically the story.
But I like the comments below this. So, okay, this is my take. Tamra Judge and BRANDI GLANVILLE are the same exact person. Everybody said that I was a liability because I was talking about the scamdemic and wore a Drunk Wives Matter hat.
Right.
I'm a liability. Now, this is BRANDI GLANVILLE and Tamra Judge are the exact same person. They physically hit me and Thomas Kelly, my producer, in Ireland. She physically hit us. She threw wine in Gina Keogh's face. She spat, in Vicky's face in the Ireland trip.
That's actually assault as well, spitting on someone.
Yeah, she was making out with Bronwyn. She makes out with that Fernanda. She does this. They have the same playbook and fake crying in the bushes. You know, this is not entertainment. It's the same disgusting. Those women are over. Tara's almost freaking 60 years old.
And they're being rewarded for that behavior.
They're being rewarded for that behavior. Meanwhile, Andy Cohen is coming after me because because I didn't want to wear a mask. I wanted my civil liberties. I wasn't allowed to have free speech. I had to go along with the sheeple. And it's this kind of behavior that they're saying that I'm a liability. No. This is a liability. And my ex-husband was president of a major companies, and he said that what Tamra did to me and Thomas Kelly was grounds for first of all for termination, and I could have sued her. And I know that we signed contracts or whatever.
Yeah.
You cannot lay hands or spit at people or hit people just for the cameras because you want to be outrageous. People don't want to see this, okay?
I can understand why this would hurt you personally. Like it would hit you personally because you
BRANDI
suffered.
GLANVILLE, that's what she does. It's the same thing. She tries to make out with other women. She tries to be sexy. You're not sexy anymore, okay? You're not. You're a disgusting pig that embarrasses their children. You have sons. Act like a lady. And by the way, if a man did this and try to press upon themselves and kiss everything, all hell would break loose.
Well, that's what a lot of commenters said on the Bravo Housewives post. How does Brandy think it's okay to force herself on people when it's unwanted, Megan Hernandez 3 wrote. If this was a man, this would be a completely different story. Someone else said, why is Bravo allowing this behavior from a woman? Consent is consent regardless of gender. This is just disgusting that they continue to allow this. And then A Perfect Bridals by Christina wrote, how many chances is Bravo going to give Brandy before Bravo is sued for an unsafe work environment? She's a liability, friends.
That is the liability.
Real Housewives of Dubai, Bravo wrote, Brandy really needs to learn to keep her hands and lips to herself. And then someone else wrote, yep, or she's going to get slapped with a sexual assault charge. No one gets to harass an inappropriate touch. Any man would have taken huge heat for this. Can you imagine if I forced myself on some woman, kept trying to kiss her all night long, kept kissing her all night long when she didn't want me to?
Well, what I don't understand is that the Bravo ups there, it's a hostile work environment. You want, when we're on these shows, I'm like, it's like, it feels like you're in the lion's den. It does.
But that's one thing, though.
But I'm just saying, it's a hostile work environment. When you are doing that, you're Brandi Glanville and Tamra Judge are trash. Trash. They play from the same playbook. And is this what Bravo wants? I talked to somebody who was very famous. I can't say who this morning.
Yeah.
And they said, well, maybe somebody in the higher ups is probably, a 50-year-old gay man that thinks this is funny, and maybe they get great ratings on this. Maybe they do.
Well, they're definitely getting a lot of publicity now. Everyone's talking about it.
Right.
But I don't know how long it'll be before the show airs and whether people will still care to watch. But this is not, I don't think that they would have wanted to hire people who they would then kick off before the show was done filming.
Maybe they knew she was going to do something like this. That's why they hired her a second time, because there's a lot of other ex-housewives that, Vicky and I have great chemistry on camera, like what? It just makes zero sense to me. Like, why they would put this pig on, but I see why, because now they're getting publicity. And
can I say something that maybe isn't politically correct?
Yeah.
Why would she kiss Carolyn Manzo of all people? Like,
well, do you ever see Brandi Glanville makes out with anything and everything that walks, that has a heartbeat? She'll probably F someone's dog. I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. That chick, Carolyn Manzo, if I were going to make out with a chick, it wouldn't be Carolyn Manzo, okay? Yeah, I would never make out with a chick, first and foremost. I'm not attracted to women that way. I think they're beautiful, whatever. But and if they do, want to do that, then that's fine. But, that's not for me. But if I were to, kiss a woman, it would probably be a hot woman.
Yeah, I can see you making out with a hot chick.
I can see myself making out with a hot chick.
I don't want to see that.
No, but I'm just saying, if I were to go down that road, it wouldn't be Carolyn Manzo.
I
don't know.
But Brandi did it, and then Brandi got kicked out. And
because that's harassment.
Why do you think Caroline Manzo would leave, knowing that she probably won't get paid for the rest of that trip? Why would she leave early after Brandi was already gone?
Because she was probably distraught, or she probably talked to her husband. And they're like, okay, now we can file a lawsuit. Maybe.
Or maybe it just wasn't that much fun to begin with. They were just kind of sucked all the way around.
And I heard from sources too, allegedly, that they paid off Nene Leakes. That's why she went away.
Oh, really?
So I don't know for sure, but that's the word on the street. So maybe they know that this could be, a way of slapping a lawsuit against Bravo.
Huh. Perhaps. In the news now?
Emotional distress. I left for emotional distress. There's, there's so many things here that they could have a lawsuit slapped. Mm-hmm. And maybe she called her husband, they talked to their attorneys and say, leave now, we're going to file a lawsuit for emotional distress.
Wow.
In a hostile work environment, harassment. The list could go on. That's probably why she left.
Wasn't there someone else who left early on the previous girls' trip? Was it the New York housewife?
I don't know.
Leah?
Oh, Leah? Yeah,
didn't you
she
say-
threw poop at somebody, I guess. They get these idiots on there. This is what they want.
Yeah. Well,
It's funny. And
I know you wouldn't get kicked out.
no, I just get kicked out for having an opinion and
Right.
having oppositional.
Viewpoints that
Viewpoints.
don't align with your bosses.
Right. That's why I'm a liability.
In the news now?
In the news.
A New Zealand-bound plane flies 13 hours only to land where it took off. You think we had a rough travel experience? Well, we did have a rough travel experience.
It was horrible. We were
Should I
stuck
just-
on that tarmac for hours. The lady before me said she was stuck on the tarmac for 7 hours, and the toilets were overflowing. Now, if
That wasn't
were to-
our experience. That
but
was
the
someone
lady-
else's
The lady
experience.
behind me, because it
Yeah.
was like we're sitting here for hours, 2 or 3 hours on the tarmac. Get one of those. If you can't get to the gate, then you go into a safe area and you put one of those stairs that are, contractable, removable,
Well,
and then you go down. I'm telling you right now, if I was on that airplane for 7 hours, I would be arrested. I would try to find that button.
No. That first of all, that never would have happened. If we were on the plane where they were sitting, this lady told us they sat on the tarmac for 7 hours. If that happened, it would never have gotten to that point. After 30 or 40 minutes, you would have been kicking
No.
and screaming.
I sat there for a couple hours. We sat there for a couple hours on that tarmac.
No, we maybe 30 or 40 minutes.
No.
Are you talking about when we were diverted to Colorado Springs? Sorry, we had a really crazy. We had two flights delayed.
No, when I was by myself, that's when I had to pop those Xanax. When I was by myself.
Oh, you're talking about a completely different thing.
Yeah.
I was talking about our
I'm talking
travel.
about when I was traveling from Aspen back home, and I was stuck on that tarmac
Oh,
for a
okay.
couple
I
hours.
didn't know
thought I was
that.
going to lose my shit.
Yeah.
But the lady said 7 hours, and then the toilets were overflowing, and it smelled like poop and pee. I would freak out.
Well, there's a law. You're not supposed to be on a. I think the limit is supposed to be 4 hours, which is ridiculous to begin with.
Yeah.
Where you're parked on the runway or on the taxiway, 4 hours.
Yeah.
But they did bring stairs to us. Should we tell that story real quick or no?
Sure.
So we were supposed to go to Aspen on Saturday. Our first flight out of Nashville was delayed. We made that flight. The second flight out of Atlanta was delayed again. That flight to Aspen was diverted. We were on our way to Aspen. We were almost there, and they diverted us to Colorado Springs because the weather conditions were so bad. We land, they refuel, we get off the plane, and they say, okay, everybody get back on the plane now. We're going to go to Aspen so that we could make our black tie charity event Saturday night. We get back on the plane. We're sitting there for probably 20 minutes. If I go, sorry, weather got bad again.
Yeah.
Canceled. And then the next morning, our flight was delayed out of Colorado Springs to Salt Lake. We missed our connection. And then the second flight was delayed. We finally got here, but it was insane.
Yeah.
Like, we basically wasted 2 days.
Right.
We wound up overnighting in a place we weren't intending to go. Well,
Horrible.
these people, passengers on an Emirates flight bound for Auckland, New Zealand, left Dubai Friday morning, ended up landing back in Dubai 13 hours later. They were just over halfway into the almost 9,000-mile journey, but the pilot turned around and went home because there was severe flooding in New Zealand where they were going.
So they went how did they have enough gas?
Well, because they were fueled for a 13-hour, basically for a 13 or 14-hour flight.
So when they went 9
when they
hours
were-
in the air, they turned around. Isn't there another place that would, like, they could stop off? like in the middle, maybe?
You know, that's a good question. And usually, well, I assume they were over the ocean, but there's usually a protocol. And the protocol, I believe, is normally you go back to where you came from in most cases, unless there's an airport near where you're going.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Can you imagine you're going to New Zealand,
You're going to New Zealand from Dubai. What? And that's a 13-hour flight.
and then you're going to get reticketed and go the next day
oh.
and spend another 13 hours on it?
Okay, I don't feel so bad. Thank you for telling me this story.
You're welcome. I
don't
thought you'd
feel so
appreciate
bad.
that.
I don't feel so bad.
New Yorkers are in disbelief over the Empire State Building celebrating the Eagles' Super Bowl berth. Now, if you don't live in New York, you probably wouldn't appreciate the significance of this. But the Eagles in Philadelphia are rivals of the New York Giants. They hate each other.
Right.
And they're not that with Philly's like an hour and a half from New York. And so they're battling all season long. They hate each other, okay? And New York is full of pride, right? So the Empire State Building represents New York City. And it will light up in different colors for different events. You don't light the Empire State Building for an opposing team.
Yeah.
Because they beat the Giants.
Right.
But the Empire State Building...
That would be...
The Empire...
That would be like UCLA and USC.
Yeah.
And then you're, at UCLA. And
UCLA beats...
And you have USC everywhere.
Yeah, UCLA beats... Let's say UCLA beats USC. And the USC starts celebrating UCLA's win. The Empire State Building was green Sunday night, and Twitter lost its collective mind. Moments after the Eagles beat the Niners... We picked the Niners, by the way.
I know.
They
We're
advanced
losers. Well, because I'm a 49er fan.
So the official Twitter account for the Empire State Building said, "Fly, Eagles, fly. We're going green and white in honor of the Eagles' NFC Championship victory." People are like, "What are you doing? Are you kidding me? What the F is this? What the New Yorker here? What the F are you doing, Empire State Building? Is this a joke? I need the Empire State Building to not be supporting the Eagles. This is insane. I can't believe the Empire State Building would betray the Giants like this." And it went on and on and on. I thought that was funny. Oh, but they did light up red for the Kansas City Chiefs, too, who are rivals of the Jets. So I don't know how you feel about that. Do you think the Empire State Building was wrong?
I do.
Vote now.
Vote now.
If you haven't picked up Chasing Catastrophe yet, it's still available on Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com. And the audio version as well.
I also want to know what you guys think about this BRANDI GLANVILLE. I really want to hear what your guys' thoughts. So
you said that a lot of our Patreons.
Oh yeah.
Were,
So
we're saying they're not going to watch.
Yeah, they're like, this is disgusting. Why would they think that we want to watch this? I think that I think that Bravo is kind of narrow-minded a little bit and thinking that it's just these left-wing liberal people that watch this network.
Which is not the case.
Which is not the case. If you really want to make money or you really want to,
get ratings, you appeal to all types of thinkers, right? Well,
I mean, I don't know. Gutfeld, he has 2 million viewers a night.
Yep.
2 million viewers a night, you guys.
That was fun doing a show.
That was not fun.
My question
2 million.
is, do you think that Bravo learned its lesson?
Do you think Andy Cohen's getting 2 million?
No,
and he's got
nowhere near
famous
that.
people coming in. Do you?
Do you think that Bravo learned its lesson with BRANDI, with that whole situation?
No, because they keep hiring the stupid idiots again. They keep hiring the Tamras and the Brandys, and they keep hiring those stupid people, the Jen Shaws, the Erica Jane. They think that this is what people want to see. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't know. Don't they do market research? I don't.
I don't know. On that note, we're gonna say goodbye.
All right,
From the
goodbye.
Daily Smash. We hope you have a terrific day.
Yes.
And we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah. Bye, Smashers.